Ain't nobody messing with my queens, listen up. You ain't gotta love me, cause I love me. Put a hand up if you in the trenches building confidence, and put a hand up if you need some mending for your heart that's healing. Salute, say you in attendance, this army's relentless. A weekly dose of motivation, give me your attention. This is for all the queens going heal by any means. They chasing our self-esteem, it's not as hard as it seems. Go, go, go queen, go. Ain't nobody messing with my queens, listen up.
Welcome to the All Queens Army podcast. It's your girl, your host, Coach Breezy. I am here today with another dope episode for the queens. Yes, honey, it's another beautiful motivational Monday, and I'm so excited to be in you queens' ears because you know you queens are in my heart. Yes, you are. I love talking to the queens on Mondays, honey. It is one of my favorite days of the week, not just because it's Motivation Monday, but two reasons. One is because it's episode podcast drop day, right? Mondays is podcast drop day. And the second thing is I love Mondays because Mondays always feel like a fresh start. It always feels like the beginning of something new. And I love that feeling, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about how to be content and patient while you're waiting for your blessing to manifest. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while on the actual podcast because I wrote a blog about it a few months back. It wasn't a super long blog, but I did address this and I wanted to actually talk about it further. I don't duplicate topics too often between like the YouTube channel, the blog, and the podcast because I like to keep all of the content fresh and different. But this particular topic, I really wanted to talk about. Writing something and talking about it is two totally different things, okay? So I wanted to talk about it today. We're definitely going to get into it because I have my own very personal experience from the past with not being able to be content and patient while I waited for my blessings to manifest, okay? This is actually something that I struggled with in the past so bad. Like I used to get so frustrated, y'all, that my blessings were not coming. I was literally praying relentlessly. I was doing everything that I was learning how to do to manifest what I wanted, and the shit just wasn't working, and it was making me so irritated and so frustrated. So I have my own personal story about this, and I'll share it a little bit in this episode. But the great thing about this topic is once I explain to you guys some of the things that you can do so that you can find some contentment and find some patience and not feel so annoyed and not feel so defeated when you're trying to wait for your blessing is going to be life-changing, okay? It's really going to help you. So we're going to jump right in just a few moments because this is the second to the last episode before we take a break. There's only one more episode after this in season 4, and then we'll be on a couple weeks of a break while I prepare and record and research for season 5, all right? So I want to give you a couple quick updates, guys. Please remember to continue to share the All Queens Army blog. It's growing in the number of readers that's checking it out every single week. New blogs drop on Thursday at 6 a.m. So please continue to share, guys, so that we can help more women, okay? Another really important thing is the life coaching program. So if you guys remember, at the beginning of season 4, I released a new program for life coaching. The story about how and why I did that and why I rebranded all of that is in episode 61. So if you want the background on that, go to episode 61 and you can listen to the beginning of that episode and I explain all of that. But those life coaching programs are out there for you guys if you need assistance with anything that you're working on or working towards or trying to overcome, any issue, any challenge, any goal that you want to work on for yourself personally, and you need some one-on-one assistance. That's what I'm here for. So you can check out the life coaching programs. There's a couple different packages out there. Choose the one that makes the most sense for you and your situation, and you can go ahead and enroll in those and work with me directly and one-on-one, okay? The next thing is the ebook that is out on the website. You guys can still download that for free. It's a good one. It's called How to Create Boundaries and Stand Up for Yourself. It will provide you with step-by-step instructions on how to create boundaries, but more importantly, how to enforce them and then how to stand up for yourself, okay? So it's definitely a good read. It's definitely helpful for you guys who struggle with not allowing people to cross their personal boundaries, all right? Last but not least, make sure that you subscribe to the All Queens Army podcast, especially since we only got one more episode before we take a couple weeks of a break, okay? You want to make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications when we're about to start season 5, because I promise you guys, season 5 is going to be litty, okay? Litty. I've already started planning for exactly what I'm going to do next season, y'all. So I'm telling you, you want to make sure you're getting the notifications. So you can go to the All Queens Army website, click on that subscribe tab, and you can choose from your favorite podcast platform and subscribe to the podcast, okay? We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon's Audible app, Google Podcasts, and Facebook. Okay, Queens, let's jump right into today's topic. We're going to be talking about how to be content and patient while waiting for your blessing to manifest. Now, this is something that is so difficult to do. It's actually one of the biggest reasons why people don't get what they want in life. If you don't know how to be content and to be patient while you're waiting for your blessing, you could be waiting forever, okay? Contrary to popular belief, y'all, when you ask for a blessing, when you pray for something, when you're attempting to manifest, God or the universe or whatever it is that you believe in does not tell you no. The answer is never no. Remember, all of the power is in the tongue. You speak things into existence. You say things and you make them so. Your tongue creates your future. It creates the things that are happening in your life. You're really that powerful. If nobody told you, I'm here to tell you, you're that powerful. That's why elders say things like, be careful what you ask for. I talked about that in the last episode, and it's because it's true. Your tongue has so much power. The things that come out of your mouth have so much power. Your thoughts have so much power. So when you ask for something, it is yours. The moment that you ask for it, it is yours. The moment that you ask for it, the moment that you pray for it, the moment that you speak it into existence, it exists immediately in that moment. The thing about it is that you can't see it or experience it yet on this physical plane, but in the spiritual plane, in a spiritual place, it already exists. It's already yours because you spoke it, because you said you wanted it, because you've manifested it. It's already yours. What prevents it and delays it from you experiencing it or getting it in the physical plane is all about how you wait for it. Now, this is the part that's frustrating as hell. It's so frustrating. I told you guys that I have my own very personal experience with waiting for the blessing that I'd asked for to manifest. I have my own personal story. And I'm telling you, Queens, I was so freaking impatient. I would get so frustrated. I would get so annoyed because it seemed like it was taking so long for me to actually get what I wanted. I was reading books about how to manifest. I was reading books and articles and blogs about the law of attraction. I was trying to ensure that I was doing everything that it said I should be doing. I was praying. I was talking to God. I was literally doing everything. If it was a box, honey, I was checking it. If it was something that it said I needed to do, I was doing it. And yet all of that work and all of that effort that I was putting in, and I still did not see what I was wanting and hoping for manifest. As a matter of fact, it seemed like it was getting further and further and further away from me as opposed to getting closer and closer and more possible. And it was so freaking frustrating, y'all. Like, I was so irritated and very annoyed. And here's the problem with that. I started to feel defeated. Like, it got to a point where I started feeling like I wanted to give up. Like, I just wanted to say, you know what, to hell with it. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's just not in the cards. Maybe that's just not the hand that I'm going to be dealt. Maybe that's just not the blessing that God wants to give me right now. Maybe that's just not my fate. Maybe it's just not my destiny. And I really started to feel like that. Now, here's the thing, Queens. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to the feelings that I just mentioned. It is so fucking agitating. I mean, seriously, to the point where you just feel like you want to give up. Like you just don't even want to care anymore. Like caring about it and having faith in it and being excited about it becomes exhausting. It's that frustrating. It really, really is. It'll literally piss you off if you keep focusing on it all the time. But let me just say this. All of the second guessing, all of the doubting, all of the feeling like you want to give up, all of the frustration, all of the agitation, all of the sadness, all of the feeling like a victim, all of those negative feelings and negative emotions, all they're going to do, Queens, is continue to delay you ever getting what you asked for. So let me say this, Queens, and this is just a reminder because you all know this. You have to have faith the size of a mustard seed. You have to have unmovable and unshakable faith. The only way for you to get a blessing or to manifest something that you've asked for is for your faith to be so fucking rock solid that nothing and no one can shake it. It has to be that solid. And every time you engage in those negative emotions of frustration, agitation, feeling defeated, wanting to give up, feeling like a victim, crying yourself a river, second guessing, Anytime you feel any of those emotions, unfortunately, queens, that is a result and a display of your lack of faith. It means that your faith is shaky. It means that you're not really sure that what you asked for is yours. And if you're not really sure that what you asked for is yours, then that inevitably means that you don't trust God or the universe. You don't trust. You want to be in control. You want to know exactly when it's going to happen. You want a guarantee. You want something to show you, some sort of a sign that God heard you and it's coming. You need reinforcement. And here's the thing, when you need those things, you're not 100% sure. And the thing about it is this, if you're not 100% sure, I can guarantee you that it's not coming. It's only going to start coming when you know 100% that it is. Ask for it and then know it's on its way. But if you ask for it and then you're not really sure if it's on its way, or you kind of think it's on its way, but then this thing happened over here and now you're not really sure, then your faith is shaky. And I hate to tell you that, queens, but that's a fact. Everyone's looking for a secret sauce or a little magic wand to help them stop doubting. Like, hey, what's the answer? What's that magic thing I need to do? There is no magic thing. There is no secret sauce. Let me give you 3 things that you need to do to be content and patient while waiting for your blessing, okay? Here's 3 things. The first thing we just talked about, which was the faith. The bottom line is you have to believe it, queen. You have to believe it with your whole heart, your whole soul, deep down from the depths of everything you have. Now, let me tell you something, queens. If you don't believe it, if you're shaky on it, if you're not really sure, if you're not 100% confident in it, you have to start questioning what it is that you're asking for. How bad do you really want it? Why is it that you think you're not going to get it? What's making you not be sure? Why do you think you don't deserve it? That's the real question, because that's the bottom line. If you don't think you deserve it, then of course you're going to be shaky with your faith. Then of course you're going to doubt that it's happening. You got to believe it. You got to know as soon as those words leave your mouth, as soon as you say amen and finish that prayer, you have to know the answer is yes. You already have it. It's yours. It has been delivered. The silver platter is in front of you. The thing about it is you can't see it yet on this physical plane. It exists in a spiritual realm. It will come and it will manifest here in your face so you can see it. It will. All that needs to happen is your energy needs to get in alignment with the energy of what you asked for. And then it will manifest here on this plane. So if it hasn't manifested yet, all you need to know is that your energy has yet to align with it. So you just got to work on your energy a little bit. But you never doubt it. You never second guess it. You never don't believe you deserve it. You've already got it. It's already there for you. It's just waiting for you to get that energy up. Work on that. See, that's what happens in life. A lot of people don't understand that when they ask for something and pray for something, that they are activating a course of events of things that are going to happen in your life for you to do, change, overcome, or eliminate to raise your energy or to get your energy in alignment with what you just asked for. Sometimes y'all ask for stuff and then you don't understand why certain things start happening in your life. It's because the universe is trying to get you there. It's trying to bring what you asked for into your physical plane existence here on this planet. And it requires that your energy aligns with the thing that you asked for. See, the things that you asked for that you already align with happen immediately. They happen at the snap of a finger. There is no waiting. There is no gap. The gap is what I call that waiting space, that period between when you ask and when you get it. That's the gap. There is no gap when you already align with what you ask for. But the thing about it is we don't ask for the things that we already align with because the things we already align with, we already have. We're typically not asking for the thing that we already have. We're asking for something that we don't have. We're asking for something that we aspire to be or aspire to do. We're asking for something that is not really within our reach just yet. And that's okay. That's what we're supposed to do. But understand that as soon as you say it, it's manifested in the spiritual realm and it already is. You already have it. You're just waiting for it to appear here in this realm of physicalness that you can see it, touch it, where it's a tangible thing and you can experience it. The reason that there's a wait is because you have to get in alignment with it. And you can't be in alignment with it if you doubt it. You can't be in alignment with it if you're not sure about it. You have to believe it with 100% certainty. And here's number 2. Here's the second way that you can be content and patient while waiting for your blessing to manifest, okay? Now, this is something that'll actually help you counter the doubt and counter the second guessing. You have to start behaving as if you already have the thing that you prayed for. I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like. And I use this example a lot when I talk about this topic. For someone who says, you know what, I want a baby, I want to have a child, I want to be a mom, or I want to be a dad. For someone who has prayed for that or is trying to manifest that, the way that they can behave as if that blessing, that baby is already here, is to start making decisions and moving as if you have the baby already. It's like a flex. Like, I believe so strong in my God. I believe so strong in my universe. I know for a fact that I'm going to have this baby because I asked for it. Period. So let me start planning my life around it. It's that kind of swag. It's that kind of confidence. It's that kind of surety that you need to have. Behave as if it's already happened. So if that's you and you say you want that baby, but you got to move because your lease is up, now when you look for that next place, you look for that next place with 2 bedrooms because you need a baby room. You look at houses that have nurseries. You look at neighborhoods that have the best schools because you know that when you move, you're going to have that baby until. Why do you know? Because you asked for it. And you have no doubt that it's coming and you have no doubt that it's happening. So you start making decisions with your blessing in mind as if it's already happened. You start looking for nannies. You start talking to people about babies and diapers and formulas and breastfeeding. You start buying books. You start learning how to set up the college saving plan. You just start moving and behaving as if what you asked for already is. I promise you, when you start doing that, when you start living as if what you asked for already is, you start to get in alignment with it. Your energy starts to vibrate at a different place. Think about that. It's a different energy. It's a different attitude. So in order for you to start lining up with what you asked for, start moving like it already is. Y'all better get more confident about God or about the universe. Like I said, whatever it is y'all believe, y'all better start getting gully about it. Y'all better start acting like you know exactly what God can do. Stop playing about it. You already know what the powers that be can do. So why exactly would you start doubting and second guessing what it is that you asked for? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know whose you are? Don't you know you were made in the image of God? Don't you know you are a God? Don't you know it's in you? Don't you know that that's who your higher self is? Stop second guessing it. Stop doubting it. You asked for it. It's yours. It's done. Period at the end of that sentence. And start behaving as if it already is. You asked and it is, and that's it. Now live your life like what you asked for already happened, because it did. You can be confident. Drag, babe. Be confident about that shit. Don't even second guess it. You know, I know because I know because I know, and I don't know how I know, but I know. It's here. I got it. That's it. Okay, here's the last tip. Okay, here's the third thing that you can do to be more content and patient while waiting for your blessing. And this is a big, big, big one. Well, all of them is big. Okay, let me not even say that. All 3 of these are required. Let me just say that. Let me be clear. All 3 of these steps that I've given you are absolutely 100% required. You can't do it outside of this. Okay, here's the third thing. You got to let it go. You pray and you let it go. You ask and you let it go. You say it out loud to the universe and you let it go. This right here is hard as fuck. Do you understand? Especially for those queens out there who are control freaks like me. I'm telling you, y'all, if you are a control freak, honey, or if you have a conditioned trauma response to kind of shut down and hide and protect yourself when you think you're about to get rejected, I'm telling you, this is hard. Letting go is hard, but you can't ask for it and then hold on to it. You can't ask for it and then dictate how it happens. You can't ask for it and dictate when it happens. You can't ask for it and dictate anything about it. The only thing you can dictate is what you ask for. But the how you're going to get it is none of your business and out of your control. So when you ask for something, you need to be as specific as possible. I mean, you can get so specific down to the nitty gritty ditty titty litties if you want to, because what you ask for is what you're going to get. That's the part that you control. You control the what. You can't control the how. That's none of your business. Okay, so you absolutely positively have to let it go. Letting it go means you trust God or you trust the universe. Again, whatever you believe. We just talked about that. We just talked about how you got to just know because you know you got to be confident in the fact that you know. If you can be confident in the fact that you just know that it's coming, that you know you deserve it, that you know that it's there, you don't even need to hold on to it. Let it go. Set it and forget it. Put it out in the universe and keep living your life. life. You can't control it. Stop looking for signs that it's coming and happening. You don't need no signs. Stop worrying about something that happened that looked like, oh my gosh, this is the opposite of what I asked for. Stop looking at that and then determining, oh, maybe it's not this. Get out your head. Stop overthinking it. Stop overanalyzing it. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to calculate it. Stop trying to subtract it. Stop trying to add it. Just don't do anything with it. Let it go. Put it down. Live your life. Get up, go to work, do your job, do whatever you're supposed to do. Raise your kids, love your man, love your woman, do all of the things that you're going to do anyway. Put it out there and then let it go. Pray for it and then let it go. That's it. You can't hold on to it. Holding on is a control freak tendency. Control freaks have fear. That's why we want to control, because they're fears that we're dealing with. We think that if we can control everything, if we can anticipate everything, if we know what's going to happen, then we can prepare ourselves for it. That's what control freaks do. But I'm telling you, a control freak will never be able to manifest what they want. You know why? Because you don't trust God. You don't trust the universe. You're not willing to let the spiritual realm do its job. You can't do every job. You're the designer of what you want. You design it. You say what it is. You say how it looks, but you don't get to say how it happens. It's not your business. Let it go. Don't worry about how it happens. It will. Just ask for what it is that you want. Here's a good example of that. True transparency. My husband and I said that we wanted to save like $55,000 to $60,000 because we wanted to go out and buy a tractor so my husband could drive for himself, so that he could be a self-employed owner operator, because he has his CDLs. He drives a Class A truck, but right now he drives for a company. And that was our goal. We set that goal a year ago. We had no idea how we were going to save $55,000 to $60,000. It wasn't our business how. All we needed to know is how much money do we need to hit our goal. And that's what we need to put out there. And that's it. And we believed that it was going to happen. And we behaved as if we already had the truck. We started looking at our finances differently. We started spending money differently. We started saving money differently. We tightened our belts on our budget and started cutting out things that we just didn't need. We started being more intentional about what we were doing with our money. That was all we did. We didn't focus on or try to control how we were going to save the money. It wasn't our business. We started saving this money around March 1st of last year. We got to mid-March of this year and we were at $39,000 saved. Now remember, when we first set the goal, we said we wanted to save $55,000 to $60,000 in a year. Well, we were at the year. So clearly we didn't do $55,000 or $60,000. We did 39, right? So we didn't necessarily hit the goal, but me and my husband never even focused on that. We never even batted an eye. We never even cared. We were just like, okay, we are where we are. Maybe it's going to take a couple more months. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I still have a job where I make great money and have great benefits. He's still gainfully employed. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're still super duper blessed. We just didn't give a shit about the fact that we didn't hit the goal. We never thought twice about it. Now, again, this is mid-March of 2021. We just weren't attached to the fact that we asked for it by a certain date. We threw it out there. It's like, hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, I'm super proud that we did what we did in that short period of time, in a year. Now, on March 17th, I get a phone call from my ex-senior vice president that I used to report to. I just stopped reporting to her maybe 2 weeks prior, and we got a new senior vice president in our division that I now report to. But the one that I just reported to as of about 2 weeks prior gave me a call, and she said, hey, I just wanted to let you know what your annual bonus is going to be. And she told me the number of my annual bonus, and I about fell out of my chair, because my annual bonus, which was going to be paid out the following week on March 25th, was the exact amount that we were short. Baby, chills. You hear me? Chills. So if y'all ever doubt that I know how to manifest some shit, then I'm not speaking facts. I'm telling you, I'm speaking facts. I'm speaking on the fact that I've manifested about 5 or 6 different goals since I've learned how to manifest. And I'm not perfect with it, but when I do slip up, I notice my slip right away and I correct it quickly. All I'm telling you, queens, is this. You have to believe it. You have to behave as if it's happened already, and you have to let go. The hardest part for me is the let go, because I told you I still have some control freak tendencies, but I let go. I didn't even care or worry about how much we were saving from one day to the next. All I did was did my part. My part was behaving as if it was already so and starting to readjust my finances as if we're already owner-operator entrepreneurs. I just shifted the way I was doing things. Let's take down our overhead. Let's lower some of our bills. Let's tighten up the belt. Those were the things that I could control. I'm living like I'm an entrepreneur. When you're an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that your overhead isn't too high. You want to lower your expenses because now everything relies on you. So if you're going to step out there and you're going to leave the confines and the comfort of a job and a biweekly paycheck, then you want to make sure that you can create the biggest margin for your income and lower your bills. And that's what we started doing. We were letting go left and right. We didn't care how close or how far away we were from the goal. It wasn't our business. We put it out there and then we just did what we could do in our control. We stuck to our budget. We lowered our bills and we were more intentional and cognizant of what we were spending, and that's it. The universe does the rest. There were other bonuses and other situations that happened over the course of the year that allowed us to dump $5,000 in here, $1,200 in there, $2,400 in there. There were little blessings and little nuggets along the way within that year, but we just totally let it go. It was like, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If you're trying to control it, if you're monitoring it every day, then you will get discouraged and you will get frustrated. Imagine us looking at our savings on March 1st and feeling like, oh man, we don't have what we need. Because then you feel deflated, but we never did that because it didn't matter. We let it go. We said we wanted to do it within a year, but March wasn't over. The universe was like, I got you. March isn't over. We didn't lose our faith. We didn't second guess, and we didn't try to figure out how it was going to happen. We didn't get discouraged looking and saying, well, it's March 1st now and we're short. I guess we're not going to get it. We didn't do that. See, that's what people do. That's what I used to do. That's what I used to do. I used to look at what I saw right now physically with my physical eyes today. And I would say, oh, well, I don't really see how it could possibly happen. It's not going to happen. And then you lose your faith. That's why it's important that you let go. All right, queens. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that this gives you some of the tips that you need and maybe even some of the suggestions that will help you maintain your contentment and your patience while you're in the gap. Remember, the gap is that period of time between when you ask for what you want and when you actually manifest it, okay? So I hope that was helpful. I love you, queens, so much. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know if you have any questions. Also, follow All Queens Army on Instagram at All Queens Army. I love you guys so much. Next week is going to be the season 4 finale, so make sure you tune in. It is going to be a doozy of an episode. I already know exactly what the topic is. I've already done my little research on it, y'all, and I'm telling you, it's going to be litty. It's going to be fire, okay? So make sure you tune in and check out the season finale next week, okay? So I will talk to you guys soon. I love you all so much. Again, thank you so much for supporting All Queens Army. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to inspire me to keep going. I love you, queens, so much. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.